Update layout. Okay, we're in. It's on. Nice. Boom. Okay, you actually busted out the dab. Okay, dude. All right. Yeah.
Gotta get it started with some energy.
There's the cut. There. There it is. Yeah. A great little jump in, hopping from our fourth guest, Jake Jones. Welcome to the Anitube interviews, Jake. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm very glad to have you. You're on the short list of creators I wanted to hit up first. This is the Anitube interviews, where my plan is just to keep interviewing just everybody. You know, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep reaching out to people. I got my eyes on the prize. We're hitting the Trash Taste Boys one day. You know what I mean? We're getting them.
Well, you already got the homies RJ, and you got Crash as well. RJ and Crash, dude, fucking certified ballers.
That's true, and you can learn more about those ballers if you go check out those interviews. They're great.
That's right, guys. Like and subscribe right now.
Like, subscribe, right the
links in the description.
That's right,
put the link in the description.
How I do? I'm not gonna do that. Dude, I feel like my descriptions are trash. Anyway, that's another con. We're here to talk about Jake Jones. Let's just get right into it. The first part of these interviews, I like to talk about your history of content creation. So I have some interesting questions about the current channel, but overall, even before at Jake Jones on YouTube was a thing, what's your relationship with video production, or just like creativity in general? What brought you to this point of grinding it out on YouTube as you are?
So, okay. This is a difficult question.
Okay.
Oh, God, where do I even start? So, okay, my history with...
You can start. I always say this. You can start. We go as deep as you want. You can start wherever you want. Whatever you think is like the pertinent story of this content creation.
So I've always been like terminally online. Like I watch a lot of fucking YouTube. Maybe not as much now, but before, all throughout elementary school, middle school, high school.
Elementary school.
Elementary school. YouTube started in 2005. I was in elementary school until 2009. Yeah, fuck it, I'll dox my age, whatever. But yeah, technically elementary school.
You're actually 25, right? Oh wait, I forgot.
25.
Boom! Hit me before you keep going. Hit me with your name, age, and general location. You have to get specific, obviously.
The three little numbers on the back of my credit card. Yep. So, okay. My name is Jake Jones. That is my real name. I wish I kind of came up with a cooler idea for a YouTube channel name rather than just my real name, but sometimes it be that way. I am 25 years old, born September 19th, 1997. I am a Virgo, for anyone interested in that. Not that I know what that means, but for people that do, let us know in the comments. General location, I live in Massachusetts, to be specific, Boston. If you try to find me, I don't know, maybe we can duke it out.
Go crazy, bro. You're wildin'.
I don't know. Yeah. So what were the other questions? Name, age, general location. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. And,
okay.
Yeah. YouTube, starting 2005. You were a young boy at this point.
I was a young boy. So my parents actually back in the day when YouTube first came out, my parents didn't want me and my siblings watching too much YouTube on the family computer, and I was watching like Ryan Higa and stuff, and all like the OG Smosh and shit. Dude, I love that shit,
dude.
But my parents said, this is a weird tangent. My parents thought YouTube would give our computer viruses, our family computer viruses, so they banned YouTube in the house. I'm certain they just didn't want us watching videos on YouTube all day because that's what we were doing. But my workaround for that was using, if you type something in on Google and then click videos rather than just like going to YouTube and typing in something. So say I wanted to watch like Smosh on YouTube, I'd look up Smosh videos, click enter, and I would click the video tab on Google, and it'd bring up all of these video options you could watch, whether it be like YouTube or Live Leak or whatever. Probably not Live Leak, but I would just watch videos on that and pretend that wasn't YouTube and it was just Google, and it wouldn't give our computer viruses. And then that actually did end up giving our computer a virus. This is just my YouTube history. That is very useless information. But
you're telling all the website. You're giving all my elementary school fan base the tips, you know. If your parents are yelling at you, you're like, oh, I'm researching for school. I'm searching.
No, if your parents are yelling at you, you say, fuck you, you old hag. Don't tell me what to do.
Whoa! All right.
Okay.
Look, I can't monetize my videos anyway, bro. Who cares?
Let's fucking go. I'll see you can just put the little censor sound effect. It's all good. So my history with my history with content creation, I did not start making YouTube videos until after I already graduated college.
Okay.
It was during the kind of beginning of the pandemic. So I graduated college in 2020, and August of 2020, I made my first YouTube video. So yeah, I graduated in May, August 2020. I really never had like any video creation skills or anything. I just did it because I was bored, really. I had nothing else to do. So my degree is in songwriting. So I know I doubled down on unemployment, songwriting and YouTube. But essentially, because during the pandemic, the state of the music industry, and the state of the music industry is still like absolutely giga-fucked.
Oh yeah, I got devastated, right? Like all the like CBGB is closed, right?
I was like depressed. I had no clue what to do. I wanted to do something creative, and I was like, okay, so I took a folklore class in college just for like a credit, but I really liked it, and I found myself really liking Japanese folklore, and I was looking into more and more Japanese folklore. I remember in this class I took, there was like a specific yokai called Seto Taisho, which was basically a little dude made out of discarded like porcelain and kitchenware, and like his head is like a little sake glass.
Yes.
And
this guy looks sick.
Yeah, and basically he like runs around and terrorizes like kitchen staff and stuff. But it was like a cute little yokai, and I liked it a lot. And I liked folklore stories, especially Japanese folklore stories, because as you guys know, I'm a fucking weeb. But I didn't want to just like out the gate make just anime and manga related content, because I was like, okay, well, all like the trash taste guys exist. It's like a super congested niche right now, so there'd be no way for like me to stand out. That's what I thought, at least. So I thought, okay, well, I like folklore and mythology and stuff, and Japanese history as well. So that's where I started. I started making like mythology videos, folklore videos, just like overall Japanese related content, because I'm just a weeb.
You got the history of the katana here.
Oh my god, dude, those are some of the worst videos in existence. I like. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of those videos was incredibly surface level research. There's a few of them that I actually thought were pretty good back in the day.
That's perfect. It's a YouTube world.
No, true. So I kind of learned pretty early on that even though the niche that I was trying to corner was it didn't have as many creators making videos in the space, there was not enough search volume. So it wasn't necessarily a very competitive niche, but because there were already people that were big enough that were handling that kind of stuff and were making much better videos, honestly, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I should like rethink what I want to do, because I like anime too. Like, the reason why I am so interested in Japan itself is because I like anime and whatnot, anime and manga. So
where does that start? Where does that begin for you?
Where does that begin? So
Yeah.
the first manga / anime video I ever did was, I remember, so I was walking home from like a martial arts class one Sunday afternoon, and there was a new chapter of Chainsaw Man, and I was reading weekly. This is back when part 1 was releasing, and
So you were weekly in part 1. Okay.
I was weekly part 1.
Boy.
And I was walking home, and a Chainsaw Man chapter 81 dropped, and I started reading that on my way home from this class. And that's a very infamous chapter for the uninitiated. And
Yep.
I thought, okay, well, this is like, I like the series a lot, so what if I go home and I make a video with my reaction to it? So I did. That was the first manga video I ever did. And I remember it did get like kind of like a jump in views for what I usually get at the time. So I was like, huh, interesting. People like this kind of thing. It was a terrible video. That is actually completely unlisted. Not unlisted, but
I don't see it on here.
yeah, I took that one down. I don't take very many videos down, but I took that one down because I just thought it was like, whatever.
Sure.
The video that like really like made me want to do anime and manga content. So I had this idea. I saw this Polygon article one day about the accusing Attack on Titan of misusing World War II allegories and allegories of the Holocaust. And I was like, okay, I'm Jewish, so I can talk about this. Why not? I saw it and like I got the dollar signs in my eyes.
Most popular video.
It is my most popular video. I fucking hate that video. That video, honestly, like, there's so little that goes into it. It's just me, like just talking. I don't know. I hate that video, but it got really popular. And
it's got 181,000 views. So
that's the one video that. Honestly, I do have regrets about that video. I have a lot of regrets about that video, but it was the thing where I saw that, you know, anime and manga related content still works if the idea is there. So sure. I started doing more and more anime and manga related content after that. Obviously, like, it was like super poorly edited, like still trying to figure out how to make it work. But sure. I feel like when it came to like anime and manga content, like when I finally feel like I got into my I don't want to say like swing with it, because I don't really feel like I'm in my swing with it really, but I think like summer 2022 is like when I really started feeling like I was stepping it up a little bit. It's not necessarily like with like, it's not like crazy good quality or anything, but I wanted to do more of it. I was having fun with it, and it felt like a good challenge. And I still like it. It's kind of funny, like just thinking about from like where I started with making videos to like the state of it now.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't have, I still like, to me, like I love making videos and stuff like that, but I'm not even sure if it's still like my end goal. I like doing it, and it seems like there are people that like it. I hate saying that. I don't want to sound like, oh yeah, people like my content, but like, I mean, like, you know, like a few people, like, you know, people tune in.
Yeah, here at 3.8K. Okay.
This
all right, 4K soon.
My humble dojo. But it's still like the thing that made me like keep doing it was it's honestly like it's just like a fucking dopamine. It's like a serotonin dopamine loop of whenever I get a nice comment, I'm like, okay, I can make another video. Why not?
Let's go.
So I like making videos, but even now, like my main passion is still it sounds crazy to say. My main passion's still music and whatnot.
Interesting.
Which is why I appreciate the fact that you score your own videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you improvise these piano loops and they sound really fucking dope. So
those aren't loops. That's
or it's constant it's like one just long riff and it's really cool. Yes. For like 40 minutes to half an hour or an hour and a half. So that's super cool.
Thank you.
That's
so
a very
are you a producer or do you do music production? There is a video on here where you say professional songwriter. I saw that one. The professional songwriter analyzes Kickback, right?
It was professional songwriter reacts to reacts to Kickback. So it was the first trailer where Kickback was played. Funny enough, I just did that. That was just a clickbait title. I don't think I ever talk about anything super deep within the music of it or anything.
No, it's just a react.
It's just a clickbait title. I just greedy YouTuber wanting views. But
I need
so when it comes to the production side of music creation, I would say I am not very well versed. I've taken classes, I can handle my way around a DAW. I mostly use Logic for my music creation. And I know a little bit of Pro Tools, a little bit of what's the other one called? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting the name. Whatever. If I remember, I'll say it. But I'm not a producer, I would say. I'm not an engineer or producer for music. I'm not very savvy on the technological end. It's mostly just playing a guitar, playing a bass, vocals, all that stuff, and just songwriting in general. My music theory knowledge is, I would say, decent, but that's about where it ends.
So, are you a pro songwriter? Is that real?
By definition, technically, yes. Technically, yes. When I say
that went through.
So I wouldn't say that, but there is a piece of paper from a music college that says that I am that I have a degree in it, so that's as far as the professional songwriter goes.
Okay, you studied songwriting.
Yeah.
You still do songwriting?
Oh yeah, definitely. I recently, actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but as vaguely as possible, I recently joined another group for music. So that's super exciting. I'll be doing a lot more songwriting with them. I write for myself a lot. I have a lot of demos unreleased. So
come on, drop the heat, bro. Drop the heat.
Right now, the biggest thing, and I've leaked parts of it on stream a million times. The biggest thing I want to get out right now, I've been sitting on this cover I have of Kickback for so long. I've had it fully recorded and mixed and mastered since probably December, and as I have a music video filmed for it too. But as soon as the Chainsaw Man anime ended, my motivation for getting it out kind of died, because I was I fucking missed the wave. But I still want to get it out because
I think it would still pop off, dude. Kickback is huge, dude. Kickback is
how many plays does it have on Spotify?
Some disgusting amount, dude. Let's learn. While I'm pulling that up, so you transitioned from. Well, let's talk about it. You transitioned from folklore into sort of anime and manga content. You've got some JJK stuff. You got the Attack on Titan video. Big Boy Big Chonker video. You got some MHA in there. You got some just different. Check this one out. You did Skip and Loafer video recently. Let's go, Skip and Loafer. Boom.
Dude, I fucking love Skip and Loafer.
It's so good.
That's probably my favorite manga right now.
But you are, I would classify you now as a Chainsaw Man YouTuber. You have slid into one particular niche, which obviously we love that here. What made you sort of commit in that direction? Because they aren't necessarily your biggest videos. They aren't the ones that have hit the most. Your biggest videos, one of them is you bought a katana, which is fucking sick.
Oh, dude, I hate that video too. My biggest videos are my least favorite ones.
I think many YouTubers are that way, but yeah.
Yeah. So essentially,
why y'all like this?
I am in such denial about being a Chainsaw Man YouTuber. I'm in such denial about that.
Me too.
So the reason why I started making majority Chainsaw Man videos is because that's just what I was super interested in. That was my hyperfixation series. I genuinely, I love making Chainsaw Man related content. I don't think it's the end game for me, at least when it comes to content creation. I want to make more of a variety of content. I have a lot of ideas for if the channel ever becomes higher production. I have a lot of ideas for that. Right now, the challenge is kind of figuring out how can I, because right now I do a lot of Chainsaw Man content because that is what people watch, that gets views, at least for my audience.
Sure.
So for me right now, the struggle is figuring out what is it that I could do right now that my audience would still like and watch and would still be able to grow and be a step forward for my channel. Because in the end, I feel when it comes to making YouTube videos, everyone wants to, it'd be great to grow, right? So I think about upward momentum with YouTube a lot when it comes to making my videos. Right now, it's just, Chainsaw Man videos are the easiest for me to make. I can kind of turn my brain off and just talk about something that I like. And that's really how that started. Most of my videos is, for the most part, me turning off my brain and talking about things that I like. I have some other videos coming soon. I have 2 videos fully edited and they're just stream VODs, but it's not really Chainsaw Man related. I have the waifu tier list stream VOD that it's finally fully edited. I can put that out. I'm assuming that's gonna come out this week at some point. But jeez, I'm thinking for directions. I want to keep things still. I would like to keep things anime and manga related on my channel, but I would love to do, because I'm a huge fan of Abroad in Japan, Trash Taste, all of those channels, and I love their IRL outside in Japan doing stuff videos. I love the cyclothon that Connor does. I love the Journey Across Japan, especially the first one where Chris cycled all the way from the top of Honshu to the bottom
insane, man.
Kyushu. Yeah, so it's videos like that. I love that kind of stuff, and I'd like to one day be able to do something like that.
You should make some, introduce Boston to Japanese people. Yes.
It's crazy. I have, it's funny. I have these friends in Boston that are from Japan that I go out with them a lot. They're just good friends of mine, and anytime I want an in on to how any anime or manga are being received in Japan. I always ask them about that because I think one of my friends, his views are often very in line with popular opinion in Japan. So when the Chainsaw Man anime wasn't as well received in Japan, I asked him about it. I was just like, hey man, people in Japan not like the Chainsaw Man anime? And he was like, No, I also kind of think it's okay. Like I'm not really a fan. I was like, oh yeah, why is that? He was like, well, the art style isn't as good, and like commented on like how it's kind of slow and the direction isn't great. And those are a lot of big opinions in Japan as well. I'm kind of lost in the sauce. What was the question again?
I am lost in sauce too. Where, like, your Chainsaw Man history? How did you get in there? And and you're kind of like, I'm trying to get out though. You're trying to get out, but how did you get in? You just started getting in though. You just went in there.
So it's not necessarily that I want like out, but I want to expand. You know, so sure. I'd like. Because I do have fun making videos, and because it is like somewhat like, you know, like sometimes I have videos that perform kind of decently. It's a good feeling, and I would like to find a way where I can keep doing my Chainsaw Man content, but also adding in other things that just add more variety to my channel. I like creators that upload a lot, because one of my favorite things is going online after work, or after I finish doing a video, or after I finished a live stream, and seeing that one of my favorite creators has once again uploaded a video. And I would hope that, you know, I would be able to, you know, do that as well someday. Like maybe someone's looking forward to when I put out videos. But I feel like,
dude. Hey, you got one right like, here, bro. You're right here, right now, right in front of you.
You are the king, bro. But like, it's one of those things where I want to do a variety. I feel like I don't want to box myself in to Chainsaw Man, because also like I feel like, I know it's kind of cringe to say this, but I would like one day to have a big channel. I think that'd be a very fulfilling and
that's pretty normal for a YouTuber, dude.
Yeah,
I don't shit, but like, bro, fuck this channel. I hope it crashes burns.
It's well, I know like a lot of people make videos just for fun, and because video creation is fun, but like I do think about how it would be so ideal for me. Whenever people ask me like, what do you want to do with your life, I always say that I will be happy as long as A, I'm my own boss, and B, I'm doing something creative. That's a pretty fucking tall order.
Yeah. Those things are tough. Even not being your own boss in creative spaces is hard, and then trying to, you know, grind it out entrepreneurial is it's real deal, the max level.
So, so essentially, you know, like when I think about making just Chainsaw Man content, and this is kind of like a shallow and almost vain way to look at it, but I think about it, and if I were to have my YouTube channel only be Chainsaw Man content, I have set myself a popularity ceiling that even if I was like the best of the best at doing it, and like, you know, I've cornered the niche, which Sufferance has done, not me. But but even if I were Sufferance, you know, and I fucking love Sufferance. There is only a certain, like, there's only so many people that are looking for specifically Chainsaw Man related content, and I think it would be like, and also it's easy to get burned out on something if you're doing it all the fucking time. Everywhere I look in my room, there's like Chainsaw Man everywhere. And I love Chainsaw Man, but it's gotten to the point where like on Monday I do like the live streams for Chainsaw Man, and Tuesday I do the video, and then the rest of the week I like don't even look into it. I wanna read Skip and Loafer, watch Skip and Loafer. I wanna.
That's
I'm
right.
excited for the new Oshinoko episode today.
Yes.
The new Oshinoko chapters.
Pure gas.
So it's one of those things where I don't necessarily want out, but I want a variety, you know?
No. Okay. Trying to branch out. Well, if you watch the RJ video, the way to do it is to just do it. Just get out. You know what I mean?
RJ is similarly before we started recording. I told Doves that the vibe of his channel is totally like fuck it we ball. RJ is on a similar level of fuck it we ball. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. It's so nice to see.
Dude, his videos are like he went into the production process. It's crazy. He's a true filmmaker, bro.
Dude, no, he's the GOAT. I love how he'll go like super hard on things that like like very few people will care about, but like he goes so hard on it because if he cares about it, he goes in. Dude, I fucking love On the Rise. RJ is a GOAT. I recently, like, we only recently started talking and dare I even say fucking befriending each other. Like, if he doesn't see it, I see it, dude. RJ's my homie. I fucking love him. But like, even if it's one-sided, but he's just so good. He's one of those channels that I look at it and I'm like, I want to do things the way he does it. There's another creator I worked with over the summer, and he recently had like a huge boost in popularity, but I worked with this creator named Pixel Drink over the summer. We did a quiz video together. We did 2 different quiz videos.
This was I made someone take the hardest Chainsaw Man quiz.
Yeah, and it was so much fun working with him. And he's another one of those channels where when I see the style of how he does things, like right now he got a lot of popularity because he's mostly My Hero Academia focused. He got a lot of popularity, I believe, from My Hero Academia characters being added to Fortnite, and he really rode that wave and gained a lot of subs from that. But he has a style of video where he'll like get into a cosplay and oh my god, he has like Herculean confidence because he'll like go to the gym in a Bakugo cosplay, and he's a fantastic voice actor as well, so he does the voices perfectly. And it's just like, oh my god, I think about going out in like a cosplay and doing something silly. It kind of reminds me a lot of like Filthy Frank era YouTube, which is like hugely nostalgic. And I see videos like that, and I really like that kind of style. I would love to do more stuff like that. It's just like, man, like
you gotta increase the derangement, dude. You gotta push.
Absolutely, yeah.
You gotta push the level
Pixel
upward.
is certainly built different, yeah. So definitely like I love the variety of RJ and the amount of effort that he puts into it, and I love the just wild and like just fun style of Pixel Drink. I got lost in the sauce again, but like basically, like, I would love to go in a direction like that. Like, I would love to take RJ and Pixel as like inspirations going forward.
Well, that's a nice spot. Looking forward to the future. Keep your eyes peeled for new directions in the Jake Jones universe. You know what I mean? We got it. We've got that locked in. I love all that. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the first part. Covered more or less the content creation history and the vision. The second half of these videos, we'd like to get into, my overall goal for this series is a longitudinal study of the aesthetics of anime and manga. So you are a long-time anime and manga fan. As you mentioned, let's talk about that. What is your history with anime and manga? What is your aesthetic background here?
So, let me grab something actually.
Okay.
So the first anime I ever watched was Inuyasha, back when I was like a little kid. I had this plushie, this Sesshomaru plushie. Wait, let me get it. I've had this for probably over 20 years. This is a 20-year-old plushie.
That is incredibly good condition.
Oh, dude, no, it's in terrible condition. Wait, let me show you.
Are you gonna show me? You got the collector.
Yeah.
Dude, if I had a
Okay,
20-year-old plushie, it would be...
it's the same plushie. It's in terrible condition. Like the hair is splitting. There's like it's like yellowed under here. Like it really like I haven't kept it very great, but he was my favorite in Inuyasha when I was younger. So I started with Inuyasha. I branched into like Naruto as a kid and stuff. I had like Naruto headbands. I was Naruto running at recess in elementary school. Me and my friends like did like jutsus on the playground and stuff. Like, so stuff like that.
This was just like you're a kid. Cartoons on TV. Let's go.
Yeah, like Toonami, Jetstream, shit like that.
Yes.
So I was super into that. I tried watching Dragon Ball Z as a kid as well, but I didn't get as into it as I was into Naruto. So that's basically where it started. Also, like I've always been like a huge Pokemon fan. I'm a huge fan of the Pokemon series. I still play to this day.
You play all of them? Wow.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I have like my own my Pokemon corner back there. It's probably hard to see, but I have like
yeah. I see
plushies and shit. But that's like Pokemon has always been like a constant in my life. I've always played Pokemon. I've always played new games. But around like middle school, I kind of was like, okay, I want to get a girlfriend, so I can't be liking anime or manga. So I pretended that I don't like anime or manga, and I actually, for the most part, I stopped reading reading manga or watching anime. Yeah, I was a closet weeb for so long. And then like into high school, my brother, I have an older brother, and he started getting into anime and manga again. And it was like really weird for me because he was out of anime and manga way before I was. So like after like elementary school, like he didn't give a shit about anime or manga. Then he was in college and he started like reading manga and watching anime, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, isn't that like weird? Isn't that like dork shit? And he was like, nah, dude, this slaps. and so I was like, okay, like I guess like maybe I'll get in touch with my inner kid again. So I watched Kill la Kill, if you'll believe it.
I believe it, dude.
So I was looking into
appeal to you as a young adult man. I would never imagine it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think I was maybe like 15 or 16, getting back into anime. So I watched Kill la Kill. I watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
God,
and then I just kept going from there.
What a great period, dude. That was such a ass.
Dude, absolutely. Attack on Titan.
Yep. Oh my god, that was incredible.
So I went through all of the motions and whatnot, and then it just kind of stuck with me. I got to a point in my life where I finally realized, like, if I keep denying myself the things that I like, I'm gonna be miserable. If I'm like trying to like hide the aspects of myself from other people just so I can seem more appealing to people I don't care about, like I'm gonna live a miserable life. So now I have 3 huge Chainsaw Man body pillows in my room, and maybe I went too far. So
live your truth, King. All right, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You do what you gotta do. Okay, so that's kind of the history. In terms of what you enjoy, obviously we'll talk about Chainsaw Man, but are there any other sort of big signpost series in your mind, things that have affected sort of how you think about the medium, how you think about, just like media? What are the big impacts in your mind of things you have consumed?
So like anime and manga related content?
Yes.
So my original hyperfixation, I guess like Attack on Titan was a pretty big hyperfixation for me when I was younger, but Tokyo Ghoul, dude, that shit had a huge hold on me when I was younger. I read weekly. I was a huge fan before Chainsaw Man even existed, dude. Yeah, the manga. Yeah, fuck the anime. The anime is literal fucking dog water. I have never seen an anime or I've never seen a manga series so fucking misused.
They did it so dirty, dude.
Violated between in transition from anime to manga. Holy shit. So yeah, I was a huge Tokyo Ghoul manga fan, and like I was that was like my first hyperfixation. If I were on YouTube back then, I would have totally been making like weekly Tokyo Ghoul reviews. Yeah. And like I have some like I have the entire manga down there. I have some cool like rare merch from Tokyo Ghoul. That was the first cosplay I ever did was Ken Kaneki at not Anime Boston, Baltimore Comic Con, because I'm from the DC area, and it was a lot of fun. But that is a huge cornerstone series for me right now. I love a lot of series. I like Oshinoko a lot. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm kind of like, at least for the manga, I'm falling a bit out of love with it right now.
Dude,
just because there's so much world building.
Jujutsu Kaisen is just like, dude, I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's getting
right now, dude. Just Gege Akutami got lost in the sauce for world building. It's like every chapter's a fucking world building chapter. I'm like, dude, please just give me the main character. But
where is Yuji, bro? Where is he?
Skip and Loafer, I love. That's like a huge one for me right now. I kept up with Rent a Girlfriend for far too long as well, but
I'm still on it, bro.
Dude, I can't. Every few few months or so, because I dropped it almost a year ago now. I dropped Rent a Girlfriend after the Hawaiians arc. So after the that finished up. And when it didn't end up being like a huge climax for the series, like I thought it was gonna be, and also that entire arc was so annoying. Once we finally got through that, I was just like, I can't keep doing this. But what it wasn't necessarily that nothing was happening. It was that every chapter we had to have like 3 pages of like Kazuya talking about how cute Chizuru is in his head, and like going through every quality about her and like what clothes she's wearing and all of this. He just like is literally like doing inventory of this character in his head, and it happens so often. Like every like panel where like an attractive woman is walking by and like guys on the street are like, wow, look at that hottie. You think she's single? Is she really with that guy? And it happens every fucking chapter, and I was so fed up with it. I found myself skipping through dialogue because it was so annoying and over gratuitous. I could not fucking stand it anymore. My problem with Rent a Girlfriend isn't necessarily that nothing is happening. It's that nothing is happening, and the pages are just filled with this utter horseshit. I love Rent a Girlfriend. Or that I love Sumi. I was like a huge prior of the series. Like Sumi is my bitch. I have like
Sumi
3
squad
Sumi shirts
right here. You got the Sumi spinoff though. Hold up though.
Yeah, I have every volume of Kanojo Hitomiri Shimasu. What I don't fucking remember.
Hitomishiri?
Yeah, Hitomishiri. Yeah, I have every volume of the Sumi spinoff.
Let's go Sumi gang.
Sumi gang, dude. Yeah.
Okay. So Rent a Girlfriend negative. That's not in there. What about
not anymore?
Going back to Tokyo Ghoul, since you said that was your sort of first big dial-in. What about it really hooked you in? What is the juice there in Tokyo Ghoul, as XQC would say?
That's a hard question. It was dark and edgy. So
I mean, yeah, dark and edgy.
It's funny actually. Tokyo Ghoul is the manga series that started my journey with learning Japanese. One day, I was in New York City, and I found a bookstore. It wasn't Kinokuniya, but it was a bookstore that had some volumes of Tokyo Ghoul Rei in Japanese. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, I like the series a lot. I read the series all the time. What if I buy it in Japanese? So I bought it in Japanese, and that started me wanting to collect all my manga in Japanese because I feel like it just looks better in Japanese. And I opened it up, and I was like, man, I really wish I could read this. And so I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna start learning Japanese so I can read it. Turns out, I was like, I'll be able to read Tokyo Ghoul in no time if I start learning Japanese. That was 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago. I still can't read Tokyo Ghoul. Sui Ishida was a Japanese literature major in college. There are kanji in Tokyo Ghoul where the furigana, the pronunciation guide, is in kanji.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I have never seen such such a difficult to read series in Japanese. You can tell like sometimes whenever a mangaka, this is something that like very few people would be able to understand. I know like you would be able to, but like anytime a mangaka uses the kanji for anata in a manga, I'm like, dude, just shut up. Fuck you. Like you're just fucking flexing. Just
it's done though.
Yeah.
I would say
all that shit.
what's his name? Why am I blanking? Oyasumi Poo-Poo. Asumania is like that too.
Yeah.
This shit's impossible to read. Dude.
Yo, are you reading his new manga?
Yes, of course.
I read the first 2 chapters. I don't know if there's any other yet.
I don't think there's any more out. It's monthly, right? I mean, I don't think.
Oh shit.
I don't think Enio can go weekly, dude. Have you seen his shit, dude? He would die.
He was
crap.
I'm out of water.
His pages are insane. So it's just kind of like the dark and edginess. I mean, Suishida's art is like insane though. So you kind of started.
Oh yeah, it's also his art
with a high bar. His illustration. I mean, I think he's just one of the best illustrators. Period. Out there.
Hard agree.
Like,
you know, it's kind of crazy. I was so obsessed with Ishida that, but I haven't given Chojin X a proper shot yet. I read like the first like 5 or 6 chapters, but I wasn't as into it as I was with Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh my god, it was my shonen of the year last year, dude. It's absolutely.
Oh really? Maybe if you recommend it, I'll give it a shot again.
Dude, it's so good. It's never fucking comes out. Like you have to wait forever for there to be a good like arc to read, but when you do, oh, it's so good.
After this call, I'll give Chojin X a more proper shot. Did you ever see? Do you know what? Have you ever seen any of Sui Ishida's works from before Tokyo Ghoul? Did you ever see his webcomic, The Penis Man?
What?
You have to look that up. Look that up. Look that up. Sui Ishida Penis Man.
Okay. This interview is going great, man. It's perfect though. Okay, so you got Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, sort of. Okay, so let's talk Chainsaw Man. Let's talk about how did this happen? How did you come across this series?
So I like to think that I guess I don't know if I could consider myself an early adopter of Chainsaw Man, but so I started around the Reize arc, around like chapter 40 something, and the reason I started was because I was on Reddit, and there was it looked like there was a series called Chainsaw Man that was getting a lot of hype on r/manga, and I remember seeing a chapter discussion thread for a chapter of Chainsaw Man, and I clicked on it, and the top comment was something like, Fujimoto can't keep getting away with drawing NSFF or NSFW pages like this in Shonen Jump. I don't know how they let this through, but they said like in like a hype way, not like, oh, that's bad, like, but it was like super hype, like this was a super sexy page. So I was like, okay, well, I have to see what this is all about. So I clicked the chapter.
He was in the magazine, dude. What a freak. He just doesn't care.
It was the chapter of Denji and Reize in the pool.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I saw this and I was like, this looks kind of crazy. So then I went back to chapter 1 and started reading through it, and I was like, damn, this is really good. So then I stuck with it, and it was a a pretty big hyperfixation after that. And then as soon as I caught up, maybe like a stroke of bad luck, but as soon as I caught up with Chainsaw Man, the pandemic hit, and I had nothing to do. So maybe it was me reading Chainsaw Man that caused the pandemic all along.
That cannot be, but you know what? We'll go with it. Yeah, because that's right about when part 1 was ending. Is that right?
So all the lockdowns started in March of 2020. Chainsaw Man
You're in
ended.
the Northeast too, yeah.
Northeast, yeah. Chainsaw Man ended December of 2020, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, December 2020.
That's crazy. That's not even that long ago. Okay. Well, Chainsaw Man is a very rich, complex series. Lots of different people engage with in lots of different ways. What's your take? What is your I mean, and again, we can go as deep as you want. Broadly speaking, what is it in your mind that makes Chainsaw Man stand out, that got you hooked in?
So, have you ever heard, like, you ever see the meme whenever, like, a series has, like, wild twists and turns, people always like to say, this has Chainsaw Man pacing?
Yes.
I think part of what makes Chainsaw Man so good to me is, like, the Chainsaw Man pacing. It's such a wacky series. I think what hooked me in the first place is like the jarring moments. A great example, one of my favorite chapters, chapter 85, the family burger chapter, where in the middle of a fight, Chainsaw Man disappears and gets a hamburger. Like, why? And it's just like one of the craziest things. And things just like things happen seemingly without rhyme or reason, but not in a way that's like too conceited, or like not in a way that makes like you think that Fujimoto thinks he's better than the audience, or that he's like he's too tough to understand for the audience. Like, he does it in a way that's like, he does it purely for like entertainment value. And at least that's what I think. And it reads like super well. And it's one of those things where there are so many chapters, especially reading it weekly, where at the end of the day, after I read the chapter, I'm like, what the fuck did I just read? And
yes.
I get that feeling a lot. There are more chapters than I can count that after I read it, I thought, like, this is peak fiction. Like, I am currently witnessing, like, greatness unfold. Yeah. And I sound like such a dick rider when I say that, but a lot of it, like, there's so much about Chainsaw Man that makes it likable to me. The art style as well. The art, Fujimoto has one of the most unique art styles in the world. One thing that I thought made Chainsaw Man, it was more prevalent in part 1 than in part 2, because in part 2 I feel like everything is like super detailed and immaculate. In part 1, one vibe that I kind of liked a lot was how almost minimalistic all of the people looked in Chainsaw Man. All the characters looked pretty minimalistic. If a character had dark colored hair, Fujimoto would put no texture in their hair at all. It would just be one solid black color. There weren't too many details on faces.
I mean, he was also going pure weekly at that time. Like, he was just...
Yeah, pure weekly, but the backgrounds in Chainsaw Man from chapter 1 to now, everything is so crazy detailed and immaculate. And it's just this weird, what started my infatuation with the art style was this weird contrast between the plain and minimalistic looking characters and these crazy elaborate backgrounds that are so detailed in how they're drawn that they almost look like they're pictures from the real world. A lot of the times he uses real world influence with his, like, scenes, obviously, because it takes place in Japan, but the art was also a huge thing that caught my attention. And then especially, there's so many cinematic moments. One of my favorite moments in the manga is the Hell Devil's hands descending upon the department store. That's fantastic. Also, Reze holding up the 2 severed heads as the car drive up on her, and you see her in like the headlights.
You're just taking me back.
Yeah, no, moments like that, and like Chainsaw Man versus the Devil Hybrids. That one chapter where it was just a 20-page fight scene of like crashing through buildings, explosions, the cinematography of it. It makes you feel like you're reading a movie. And I know, like, obviously Fujimoto's a cinephile, and that's like that's like a lot of what goes into why he makes Chainsaw Man, or his influence and inspiration in making Chainsaw Man. But there's, oh god, I could talk about it all day. There's so much about it that is so unique. You know what it is? Chainsaw Man is such a breath of fresh air in what felt like a almost stagnating shonen manga sphere, you know?
Yes. I can see that. I personally think that whole wave starts with Demon Slayer, but don't tell anybody I said that. I'm a Demon Slayer defender over here.
You're a Demon Slayer defender?
I'm a Demon Slayer. I think.
Wait. Okay. I'm pretending this is your hand right here. Wait, let me get that into screen. This is your hand, and then this is mine.
We can do this,
dude.
Let's do
nice. All right, ready? Right. Wait. Shit.
How do I do this?
Ready?
Bam. Blow.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer Squad.
I am a Demon Slayer defender. One of my favorite videos I've ever made is called Demon Slayer Haters Are Cringe, because they are. They are cringe. There is. I remember I think you and I have the exact same like opinion on what makes Demon Slayer so special too. Because I think I remember you tweeting about this at one point, and
thread, dude. Bam.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw the video I did on that, but like one of the things that I think makes Demon Slayer so special is the vibe. Choosing the Taisho era to have like all these mystical things happening,
huge,
so you have like a turn of the century where modern meets archaic, and you have like a mystical element of it. Also, I as someone that likes martial arts and like sword fighting and shit like that, love it. Honestly, the entire vibe. A lot of times people say Demon Slayer is carried by the animation. That is such a nothing sandwich.
Such a lie, dude. Lie.
Like what? Yeah. Why is it carried by the animation? Like what do you think makes it carried by the animation? Then people oftentimes say, well, the story's generic. Yeah, it is generic. Like, does that make it bad? Like, okay, yeah, One Piece. I mean, One Piece isn't generic, but like Naruto. You like Naruto?
Dragon Ball. There you go.
What's so great about all these other generic shonen series? Like, if you're gonna defend like the stories of other shonen manga series and call Demon Slayer generic, like they're all generic, but it's still good. Like generic can be done really well, and in the case of Demon Slayer, there's just so much. The art is so charming as well. It's so unique. Demon Slayer has a lot going for it, and it doesn't need to necessarily have super strong character writing or super strong story writing, because there's a lot more that goes into Demon Slayer that makes it special, and I can totally understand why it is currently the most popular anime and manga series in the world right now.
Absolutely. It's just good. Gotoge is an incredible artist, by the way. I hate it when people imply that the manga has bad art, because they're so stupid.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Gotoge's art is fire, dude. I actually, so back earlier on in Demon Slayer in the manga, when the art style was technically a little more rough, I loved that style that they had in the beginning, when it looked almost like ukiyo-e inspired, like ukiyo-e meets manga. So I really liked that.
Reminded me of Gekka, screw style. It's like dude, that's my crown jewel of my physical collection, screw style, which is this mid-century, like 1940s manga. It sort of like kicked off the movement that led to Junji Ito, and this kind of like weird, rough, like things don't look quite right. The art isn't necessarily very good at all. I mean, it looks good, but the lines are rough. It doesn't sort of fit in the what do you call it? Osamu Tezuka box, right? It has this maybe like looks like it's drawn with a ballpoint or something like that. Demon Slayer brought that back to manga in a big way. But anyway, enough of me ranting about Demon Slayer. Any other series outside? You got Tokyo Ghoul, you got the Chainsaw Man as like sort of like big fixation series. Any other series that you didn't necessarily? Maybe they're not that long. Maybe they're maybe they didn't catch you quite in the same way. But any other series that you feel had a big, like a meaty impact on your tastes.
My Eikyo, if you will.
Your Eikyo, yes, Eikyo.
Let's see. That's a difficult question. I'm looking back at my shelf right now, my manga shelf.
What have I read? I know that feeling. You're like, wait, what did I read though? I mean, you can be like, nah, dude, fuck that, we bowl.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball. The thing is, there's a lot of series that I like. I really like Slice of Life. I'm a huge Slice of Life fan. Oh, actually, a great example. This is mostly for anime rather than manga because I haven't read the manga. I only have a few volumes of it. But one of my favorite anime of all time is Asobi Asabase, which was a surrealist comedy. You're hip. You're so hip.
I love it.
I am a huge Asobi Asabase fan. That's one of my favorite anime. Whenever anyone asks me for an anime recommendation, that's usually near the top of my recommendation list. Because it is one of the funniest anime series, or it's not series because there's only one season, but it's one of the funniest anime that I've ever seen. The manga is like the same exact thing. The anime is such a faithful adaptation of the manga as well. So like just looking through
Which is crazy because you watch the show and you're like, what is this? And then you read the comic, you're like, oh, this is exactly that. Yeah. They literally did the same thing.
Surrealist comedy. So I love Asobi Asabase. I'm a huge fan of Yudu Camp. I also like Sora Yori Toi Basho. What was the English? A
place
furthest place in the universe, or a place further than the universe. Yeah.
Universe, yeah.
Loved that. That's another like huge favorite of mine. Obviously, like skipping Loafer right now. I read all of Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Hatsukoi Zombie, First Love Zombie, by the same guy that did Boys Abyss. And it's like this cute little like slice of life rom-com he did. So before he did Boys Abyss, he did First Love Zombie.
I gotta see that one around. I've never read that
series. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one.
So I've gotten a little bit of juice from Tokyo Ghoul and Chainsaw Man. What is it about slice of life as a broad category that hits for you?
I feel like when I watch anime or read manga, I like to be able to like put myself into it. I like to immerse myself into it. And with slice of life, sometimes it's nice just to see like people going through like the same things that you're going through, like going through the motions like you do. Like, for like Laid Back Camp, for example, I like camping a lot. So watching an anime about camping and just like people hanging out with their friends, and just like these are things that I like, and watching it in anime form, it's like bringing in two things I love together. Actually, the perfect example of this, Bocchi the Rock was my anime of 2022. I loved it so much, and it bringing together. There's a lot of Bocchi the Rock that I really relate to, and like how I was back in high school, wanting to be in a band so bad, but like not having the best like people skills and whatnot. So there's seeing what so there's a lot of times where say with like Tokyo Ghoul, you see like, okay, Kaneki just got all of his like fingers and toes cut off and just, like fed to him or something, and it's just like and like so many people are. Yeah, people like, he just like me for real. And it's like, no, not you. That didn't happen to you. But for me, it's just like, yeah. But like for me, like I love being able to like put myself into character shoes like realistically and whatnot. And also, sometimes it's nice to just turn your brain off and be comfy. Actually, Unicamp is the best anime for just shut your shit off and just like put on like some sweatpants and like you get on your comfiest blankie, turn that shit on, and just fucking like ride that wave. You know.
You are correct. Unicamp is. All right, I think I've got a decent sense. Yeah. Any other big statements you want to make about your aesthetics, like what it is you enjoy before we wrap it up here?
That's a very difficult question. I mean, you know, I feel like for myself and especially for my YouTube channel, I feel like what at least what I hope for it is that it will always be a reflection of what I'm interested in, and you know, wherever my channel goes in the future, I hope it continues to just be a reflection of my interests. Because I don't really put that much thought into it, but as far as like my like vibe and aesthetic in relation to anime and manga and content creation, I guess like my biggest thing is that I like to not think about it too much, you know? I see a lot of anime and manga YouTubers. This is not me talking down in any way, shape, or form, because I'm jealous of people that can do this. But people that do these like super deep dive videos, they have all this awesome research onto their topic. A lot of times, a lot of Chainsaw Man videos that did really well in specific, or videos that did deep dives into the animation of Chainsaw Man because it was animated very well. And that's not something I'd ever be interested in making, because those videos do well, but that's not like the kind of person I am. I like keeping things a little more fun and like lighthearted and silly. And if I can keep making content about anime and manga that I like and just things I'm interested in general, and keep it light and fun, that is my ideal goal and aesthetic.
There you go. Well, with that, thank you, Jake Jones, so much for being here. Keep your eye out for the Kickback cover drop. I've heard bits and pieces, which are fire. Sounds amazing. Okay, yeah, sure. いいってことだ。こちらこそ。Yeah. Check out Jake's channel. It'll be over here somewhere. I think it goes over there now. I don't know.
It's right. It's right. Actually, no, wait, no. It's right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where it goes. I'm pretty sure that's where it shows up. I can make that happen. If you enjoyed this interview, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notifications because there will be more. We got another one coming up next month, every month until I am dead or no one.
Who's next? Who's next? Leak it.
I don't know. I have to ask them.
All right, next month it's me again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we no repeats. No repeats. You had your shot. All right.
I'll see you guys next month. Bye, guys.
Any addendums? You got to put them in the comment. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. We will be back here next time. This was the Anitube interviews. Thanks again, Jake, for being here, and see everyone next time.
See you guys. Thank you so much.